Black Tom explosion. Black Tom explosion.
Can you say curse words on radio?
No. Not this one. Most internet.
You can say fuck the hoes.
Fuck the hoes.
Let
Fuck
the man
around
say
and kiss the show.
Only because Meth set it off.
Let the man cursed, and I'm sorry. Right? Black Tom explosion.
Boom.
Boom. And we are joined here by the homie Broken English himself.
Hello,
Hey.
hello, everybody. Hello, listeners.
Mr. Union City himself, Mr. Jersey City himself.
Yeah, now I'm up in the Heights. I'm a trader.
So how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. I was running a little bit late. My daughter had a major meltdown with
Hey.
bedtime, and it was
I know
very
all about
serious.
it.
Kids.
Yeah.
Not me.
She pulled one of those crying till I throw up things.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
So then we had to change the bed. It was
Serious?
It was not
She
fun.
committed.
Yeah, she was all in for real.
She's definitely committed.
Pulling that gasping.
The daddies know all about
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I am so happy. I am clueless about this. I'm sitting here like,
Come, Beagle.
Word. Either that or you gonna have somebody else kid throwing up.
what in this
Joyful
studio
ignorance going for as long as possible.
is wood that I could knock on. Because
That's for Micah. Sorry.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
done.
So technical here.
You'll get the call after the show.
Big go get your step kid, he throwing up.
no. Thanks, guys. So, I just want to say thank you for coming on.
Oh,
I
thank you
know
for
it's
having me.
cold outside.
It's all right.
Trip.
I've recently lost a lot of weight,
Okay.
so I lost like 130 pounds in
Word.
the last
Wow.
year,
Word up.
and I was not prepared for what winter was going to be like as a skinny person.
Wow.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's very painful.
Well,
Like on a daily basis, I
Whips
wake up in
right
the
through
morning
you.
and I'm very angry at the world for what it's done. I'm angry at diabetes for robbing me of my voluptuous body. So,
Word.
so I've been very cool.
It's good though. It's for the health, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for the health, and that's good.
Word up.
Yeah, you always gotta make sure you're healthy and aware of yourself. So,
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to die over cupcakes. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
word,
right.
word.
Yeah, these cupcakes are good though.
well, you could pick something more noble. That's what he's trying
True.
to say.
Very true.
Word. You know, pick my life over the cupcake, baby.
Some cupcakes are good.
Of all the things you hear.
I like cupcakes.
I mean, and you would, well, anyone would pick life over cupcakes, but you of all people, because, you being a poet, you speak on life and you reflect life a lot.
Yeah, and it was like a weird thing too. Like, it was like this weird climax of events where it was like my mother passed away right before Christmas.
Okay.
Her brother, my uncle, passed away the next day after my mother died.
Condolences, bro.
And then the
Yeah.
day after that, my mentor, this dude Tom Worth, that taught me about poetry, performance poetry, everything, passed away. And it was like 3 days. Boom, boom, boom. They all passed away.
Wow.
And then the day after Christmas, my doctor calls me, which I was like, yo, this is weird. This is suspect. My doctor's calling me,
Right.
So I pick up him at my sister's house. He's like, oh, you have type 2 diabetes. Your sugar was like 280 when you came in to take your blood test first thing in the morning. So I was like, yo, all right, what does this mean? He was like, oh, you could have gone into a diabetic coma.
Shock, yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that could happen to you. Messier.
What was your heaviest weight?
Almost 300, 298,
Sheesh. And how tall are you?
6 foot.
Oh, wow. That's still a little.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Impressive.
yeah, I was like a 3XL, and I wasn't even.
Yo, I seen the
thinking
difference when I seen him. I was like, is that Broken
Yeah, you
English?
said you lost a lot of weight.
Word up.
Yeah, so it was like this weird thing where I was already feeling like this weird sense of urgency from like everybody passing away, and the doctor was like, "You may be next," and I was
Wow,
like,
no.
"Oh no,
Yeah.
buddy,
Wow.
not gonna
Motivation.
be."
Give me like
Yeah.
that.
That shit ain't happening.
I mean-
that stuff.
It's not happening.
What?
I wanted to live.
Indeed.
I do miss
So
rice.
there we go.
That has been a very big change.
So wait, you can't
You
eat
can't eat
rice.
rice at all?
I don't eat rice. I chose like
Okay.
what I chose to do was extreme, and I think it was because of like everything that happened. I do not eat any sugar anymore. No processed sugar. I don't eat sweets.
No
I don't eat
refined,
cake. I don't
no-
eat white bread. Nothing. So like my diet changed like really extreme. I wouldn't like
Drastically.
suggest it for everybody, but
Yeah.
like it works, dude. Like it's crazy. You stop eating sugar, and like a month you'll lose like 60 pounds. You're like, I'm dying.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah, I
that
can
one
do
thing.
that.
So like, you know, it was a. I made like a crazy like super instant change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I wouldn't necessarily suggest it for everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, if you feel like it, you gotta do it. Your
I'm
body,
trying to live.
and you can go and you can get through it. That's amazing. That's
just
that's
kept
some
hearing
soldier
that.
stuff right there.
I kept hearing that opening to that one song where Big Pun's like, I lost 100 pounds.
Word.
I want to
I
live.
wanna live.
And then he's dead.
Yeah, word. That was the worst part.
That was.
I was like, all I got is 100 pounds to lose. he had to lose 300.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
word.
win this race, Pun.
Word.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
Too
win.
sorry.
Gotta win the
Rest in
race.
peace.
Top 10 list.
Top
Wait.
Top 10.
Well, we did our top 10 list because of Billboard, so you know.
Oh, nice.
You heard about that, right? Billboard and the top 10 rappers.
Yes, I took a glance at it briefly.
Yeah.
Good. So wait, as a lyricist, what do you think about that list, and what do you think about top 10 lists in general?
In general.
Shit. The thing
Wow.
is, damn
In
it.
the toilet.
As we shift
As
to the
we
next
Shift,
topic.
shift to this topic. Shift. Basically, I don't know. I find like a hard time. I hate lists, like, especially when it comes to art and when it comes to
Right.
something like that, like the greatest
Grading of-
artist of all time, or greatest rapper of all
Yeah,
time.
it's
Like
mostly
that's
opinion.
selective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's fun to do the list because it sparks a debate and it gives us something to look at where, you know, it makes it easier for us to argue with each other because there's this list in front of us so we can pick and point at things and argue over them. But, like, really, I don't really see, like, the real value in a list.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think lists are like, well, most BuzzFeed articles and stuff are. It's a distraction, but I don't know. I wouldn't like honestly, as a poet and as a person that uses words all the time, I really hate trying to like number people
Box
and set
people.
and set them up in some weird hierarchy that only exists in your head.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was like strange how like well known every name on that list was. And like that was the first thing
Yeah.
that jumped off to me when I saw the list. Like not
It's
even
very
really
commercial.
reading it, is like glancing on Facebook was like, oh, those are all like famous people though. And that was like my first thought is that if you're really doing this and you're really like you're
Really
a
about it.
music magazine
Mhm.
and you got time, you got time. You can pay these people to sit down and research or do whatever, put
Yeah.
together a team. and,
Yeah,
like,
word.
it just seemed like some 22-year-old intern. They were like, yeah, put together this list. Oh, these are all the people I know.
Yeah,
It's on
word.
my iTunes. now.
yeah.
It's in my mom's collection.
Spotify. I was Pandora and one of the rappers.
Pandora them. Whatevs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I put top 10 rappers in YouTube, and this is what came up.
This is actually series top 10.
What did you
Serious.
guys feel about the list? Were you
we-
offended by it? Or?
To an extent, we end up making our own list. We all had 3 different lists because you know how the debate goes. But
Yeah.
it's all opinion and preference though. It has nothing to do with like but you could tell in their list there was really no opinion or preference. It was who made how much on this album, who made how much on this album, and
Relative to when
record sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who went diamond?
it was like
did-
who can walk in the club without any ID?
Yeah.
Okay, put him on.
Yeah, word.
Wayne.
I'm still trying to figure out how.
Top 15. I would have liked to see the top 15. Can you imagine that? That would've
Timmy
been great.
Turner from the opening of the Fairly Odd Parents.
Andy Milonakis
Word.
was holding down.
Toothpaste,
in
chocolate
TV.
shake, whatever.
Yo, I rock with Andy Milonakis though. I'd have gave it to him before OG Macro.
Schmackers.
Oh, Andy.
All these rappers. But so you were the poet laureate, or are?
No, I was.
Yes. For Union City.
Yes.
Yes. how did you how did that go about? Like how?
How does one become the
Yes,
city?
because I was
Yeah.
impressed. Like I was impressed. Like
It was actually a
impressive
weird,
feat.
it was actually this weird thing where like sort of I did nothing, but not like, but basically what it was is that like I've been doing this poetry stuff for like like
Years.
15 years now or something, like steady all the time. And I would just like wherever there was a show, and if anybody needed me for a show, I would just do the show. But why not? So people could hear my poems, I could meet people and like network. And so that's just the way I've always done it. And so as they had this poet laureate position, and they had another poet laureate in that position before. And part of that position was doing community events, outreach, and basically representing the city, and you're that person.
In art form.
And they didn't feel she was living up to it. They kept seeing my name in the papers for different events. And one of the commissioners that decided it turns out he ran this like weird thing that I used to do when I was a kid when I wanted to be an actor. It was like you would dress up as Bob the Builder or SpongeBob SquarePants, and they would send you to like kindergartens and grade schools for parties, and you would dance and stuff, right?
Dope.
So he used to run that, and he became the commissioner
Wow.
of Union
Okay.
City.
Wow.
What a raise.
So yeah, right. You're like, move over, SpongeBob. Dude, get over here, Brian Stack. But it was crazy
Whole
because
set of different clowns.
Put another suit on.
Yeah.
but dude called me up on like a Sunday afternoon where I was like eating a waffle, and he was just like, hey, I want to come, can you come to the office? I want to talk to you. And when I came in, they for some reason it was very important to them to let me know that I would get cards with my name on it. Like that was like the first thing. He was like,
Okay.
That's the hook.
that's the first thing he said before he even said you're gonna be poet laureate. He was like, so we're gonna get you some cards. And I was like, cards for
Birthday gift?
The rest of the team
Christmas
busts in. to-
Are you
to tell
hooking
them
me
about
up
the
for
cards.
Valentine's Day?
Is there
and
like a
he was
$12 savings bond in
Yeah.
it?
That's all exposure.